done an awful lot of stuff over the years. You know, when people think of your name, they think of the Olympics. You've done so many of those. You've seen so much. What's your highlight? What's something that you look at and go, boy, I'm so glad I was there for that?
Boy, there have been so many. I just mentioned the Argonauts in 1983, but I think, Bill, it's not a favorite moment, but certainly I think 1988 when Ben tested positive. I mean, we all figured that Ben was on drugs, but nobody could prove it, and he ran on a Saturday afternoon in Seoul, a Friday night about 11:30 here. I remember it well, and then I remember being awakened in the middle of the night and said, get into the studio. We were on the air at 9 in the morning over there, 7 o'clock the previous evening here. It was Monday night, Tuesday morning, and they said, get in, he's tested positive, and I had to go on the air. Normally we have a big voice like Bill Hayes that says, today, day 14, Daley Thompson goes for gold. We dropped that, and I just came out of black out of the commercial breaks and said, good morning from Korea. There's been a positive drug test, and for the next 4 hours we found out what happened. So, you always remember something like that.
One of the 3 or 4 real huge moments in Canadian sport.
Yeah, and I was in Moscow when Paul Henderson, I was in the arena sitting with 2 Canadian legends, the late Jim Hunt and the late Jim Coleman. The late Dick Bedos was there, too. Bedos was my roommate at the old, the Bucharest, I think was the name of the hotel we stayed in, or the Rossiya, and was there when Henderson scored that goal. We have many great military moments in our history, but there have been some defining moments in sport in this country. The Miracle Mile in BC between Landy and Bannister. Right. I'm looking at a picture in my office sitting with the two of them when they went to the games in Victoria in the 90s, the Commonwealth Games. We have Paul Henderson, we have Ben Johnson, we have Alex Bilodeau in Vancouver, the first gold medal in Canadian soil. I was there for that, interviewed Alex and his brother with cerebral palsy. So, those are Olympic moments. You remember tragedy. I did the Indy in Toronto when a track worker and a driver died. Doing the ski race when Rob Boyd won in Canada from BC, doing the Indy when Paul Tracy won, a Canadian won. I can remember working with Jackie Stewart when he had royalty in the box, and Edsel Ford from Detroit. I mean, I can go on and on. Baseball, I saw Robbie Alomar yesterday. We announced inductees to the Ontario Sports Hall of Fame, and Alomar was there. We were remembering back when I did Blue Jays games, so been very fortunate. Those are just some of them, and when we finish here, I'll remember 10 more.
And Brian, I will say one of the reasons that it's always an honor to have you on is because perhaps you're too modest to mention it, but we asked the same question of Scotty Bowman, and of course he said when he received the Order of Canada was probably the crowning moment in his life, and you've received that award quite deservedly, so I will say on the air. But do you ever, when it's a wee quiet moment sitting there in your office at night, sit down and think about Brian Williams and where you've come from, and you look at the Order of Canada and go, my goodness, I can't believe I've got this?
Yeah, I was there. I do all the time. I was there with Scotty. It was last May. We received our Orders of Canada the same morning, and both Scotty and I talked about this. I'm born in Winnipeg. I've been a lot of it is being at the right place at the right time and being very lucky to be healthy. I'm very grateful for everything I have. In fact, tonight I am going down to Roy Thompson Hall to present the Queen's Jubilee medals to new recipients. Dan Aykroyd will be presenting. I'm presenting the Lieutenant Governor. So you stop when you're driving down and you say, wow, I can't believe this. But I think the key is you stop and realize just how lucky and fortunate you are.